This video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal, financial, health, or medical advice. Every transportation business in the United States is regulated by the Department of Transportation, DOT. This includes the non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT industry. But while the DOT has a hand in regulating NEMT providers, its influence is very different from public transportation. It's tricky because of the nature of NEMT. It works like a taxi service where one passenger calls for a vehicle, but unlike taxis, NEMT drivers don't go around waiting to be hailed. NEMT is primarily dependent on software for booking rides. How do DOT regulations handle such a transportation business linked to healthcare? Let's take a look at transportation regulations for NEMT businesses. But before we get there, we ask you to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest NEMT innovations and news. NEMT vehicle standards, accessibility, safety features, and maintenance. While the DOT is the leading transportation management agency in the federal government, each state has its own regulations when it comes to NEMT. For example, under federal law, the state is responsible for making non-emergency transportation accessible to those who need it under local medical health programs. Based on this, NEMT is not classified as a type of public transportation, but it is still on a state-to-state basis. It's best to check state NEMT vehicle requirements if you plan on starting an NEMT business. Still, there are general standards to follow for all NEMT vehicles. ADA compliant. NEMT providers cater to senior adults with mobility issues and persons with disabilities. Private NEMT businesses with 15 or more employees must abide by the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, in providing non-emergency medical vehicles. Here are some requirements NEMT must follow for ADA compliance. 56-inch height for doors. Doorways must have 32-inch openings. 30-inch wide wheelchair lift. Gear shift interlock. 4 tie-downs with lap and shoulder belt. Slip-resistant steps, aisles, and floors. Appropriate lighting. State requirements. NEMT vehicles are more of a state business rather than a federal one. When starting such an enterprise, it is important to check state regulations. Some states require a certain type of vehicle to be used in NEMT, while others have very strict regulations pertaining to safety features. Maintenance. NEMT vehicles need regular maintenance. State authorities may be highly stringent with maintenance regulations, knowing NEMT serves a large chunk of the vulnerable population. NEMT equipment. Many companies also make NEMT equipment available to passengers and clients for a full service. To do this, they must ensure all equipment is in good shape and up to healthcare standards. There must be at least one wheelchair for every NEMT vehicle. Gurneys are commonly asked for as well. Walkers may be in more demand than gurneys. The same goes for oxygen tanks, as some passengers may need them. First aid kits must be available, regularly checked, and restocked in every NEMT vehicle. Next, we will explore key DOT rules for drivers. But first, give us a like. Thanks in advance. We keep rolling. There are strict rules in place for any driver. A driver's license is the most obvious one, but DOT rules for drivers are more stringent since they have other people's lives in their hands. One essential requirement for NEMT drivers is the lack of driving violations on their record. Note that specific rules and regulations for NEMT drivers differ from state to state. Some basic requirements are as follows. Training. Most states require specialized training for NEMT drivers because they do more than just drive from the pickup point to the destination. They also assist senior adults and persons with disabilities on and off their vehicles. There are various training programs available for NEMT drivers in each state. Drug tests. Some states require regular or random drug testing of NEMT drivers to ensure they are not driving under the influence. DOT drug tests may include screenings for marijuana, amphetamines, methamphetamines, and cocaine. Physical examination. New employees often undergo physical examinations to prove they are fit to do the job. It's particularly needed for NEMT drivers since they have to assist medically challenged people every day. Background checks. NEMT companies must conduct extensive background checks on potential drivers. This is primarily centered on driving history but may also touch on personal matters, especially when they have implications for the job. Background checks may include the following: driving records. DOT rules for drivers include employers accessing records for every state the driver has worked in the last 3 years. Safety performance. NEMT companies must be aware of a driver's history of violations, including those that may be drug or alcohol related. DOT vehicle inspection procedures and passing safely. Does DOT conduct NEMT inspections? DOT vehicle inspection depends on the state. The department usually conducts inspections for commercial motor vehicles, and NEMT vehicle inspection is the responsibility of the state. Most states conduct regular inspections to ensure vehicles are well maintained. There are also random inspections for compliance. NEMT must meet all DOT regulations, although they are primarily monitored by the state. The NEMT industry is growing quickly because many people need such specialized transportation. It is crucial to regulate NEMT companies to ensure the best possible services for vulnerable members of society. If you like great NEMT video content, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We have more great videos like this one coming up for your enjoyment. See you soon.